Before you ask the next question, I would suggest that you write a small pamphlet on what your question was and what my answer was. Although repeatedly you had to say something and I had to say something in answer, but make it a one composite essay. And this flyer should be distributed very widely throughout Bosnia, to the Hajis as well as to the non-Hajis, the poor suffering people. Then they will know what Saudi Arabia is doing to them.
Because they distribute this from Dubai.
What?
Anti-Ahmadi, they distribute this for every house from Dubai,
I know, but
Saudi Arabia.
You should counter it with this.
Another part of my question also regarding Hajj. Some people go for Hajj on behalf of someone who died. For example, for aunties, for mom, for granddad and so on. Situation in Bosnia is, as you know all, is very hard. Some people don't have even for food. They're striving for daily life. And they go for Hajj for 5 or 6 times on behalf of someone else who died. What is Islamic view really about it?
In the first place, they don't have any right to go to Hajj themselves, because I have explained it. And then, in the name of those who have died, where do they get the money from? And did those people who died, did they really believe in Hajj and they wanted to do Hajj and were incapable of doing it? You can perform Hajj on behalf of someone, only on behalf of someone who, as he lived, wanted to say Hajj, but was poor or other things interfered with his going to Hajj himself. So just out of a good act to him, hoping that Allah will reward him with the Hajj which is being said on his behalf. This practice is established now in Islam. But what I am pointing out is that the person who is not entitled to say his own Hajj is incapable of performing Hajj on behalf of anybody. Yet the question is, who pays them for going to Hajj 4 or 5 times? If you investigate, you will find out that they have already become established agents of Saudi Arabia. And Hajj is only an excuse to hide the purpose of their visit. So they go and come just for that purpose. Now the anti-Ahmadiyya literature they have published, in your response to this question as I have suggested, you can undo the effect of this by just a few lines. You can tell, this is Saudi Arabia which has written a booklet which is absolutely false and no foundations, and has spread it throughout Bosnia. The Bosnian people who read this, please contact the Ahmadiyya Jamaat to find out the answer. So in that case, their propaganda will be counterproductive. We will become known and they will have to contact us. But that is only one thing. The second thing which you should write about this booklet is that the purpose of their malintention can be proved by the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of Bosnians who are turning to Christianity, who are turning to atheism, who are turning to this and that. What literature has Saudi Arabia produced to bring them back to Islam? None. That shows this attempt is mala fide. Just add in that, and that will be sufficient. We don't have to write another answer to all this. Last thing which you should add is a challenge. Throw a challenge to Saudi Arabia that instead of indulging in one-sided stupid propaganda, we invite you to an open debate on Bosnian television and Bosnian radio. on all these issues, and we shall prove thereby, among other things, that you are a British agent, which has now become American agent. This is our contention. We'll halve the cost. We'll pay for half the cost of all this. You're oil rich, but we only have contributions. Still, we challenge you, and you accept it or be ashamed of what you have done.